everyone. Welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blunt Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Running, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week we have a very special guest. We have Lola. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Lola's here.
Today.
I'm Ronnie. I'm doing great.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with letting you take over and tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Lola. I'm from Vietnam. I moved here like 5 years ago, and I'm a full-time musician. And I also have, so I play a lot of places across California. And I also have like original music, and I release like a new song every 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why every 2 months?
Cause it gives me the time to like write songs and compose and produce it, get it ready. And I choose to do singles because I think that now people are more into singles and not many people are listening to a whole album. Yeah, and 2 months is like a good time for me to get ready for the next song. Also, it's give time for the audience to be excited about the next one.
Okay. So tell me this then. With you releasing songs every 2 months, that's like 8 weeks. How are you submitting to Spotify for playlists to be considered if you releasing singles that close together?
So first, you should when you submit a song to Spotify, you need to like how do I say pitch it to the Spotify playlist, but it's kind of like more competitive to get into Spotify playlist, but you can also send out your music to other curators that have their own playlist, which is not the official one.
That's not exactly it. With Spotify, as an artist, you have to submit your music to Spotify before it is released. After it's released, they don't take it for
Yeah,
that.
before the release, yeah.
Okay, it says 2 weeks, but really in reality, it's more like 3 months. So if you're releasing every 2 months, what chance do you think that you're taking off being on the Spotify playlist, releasing them so close together?
Right.
Because there's like 9 billion people in the world, and it takes time to reach all those people. So do you think that you're cutting yourself short with releasing 2 months apart?
Right. Yeah. So I don't know about that. So I never like submit a song. So I just like submit it for distribution through another agency, and then pitch the Spotify playlist. But I never got into the Spotify official playlist. I got into like other curators playlists. So yeah. So now I know you have to like submit it like 3 months before. So my main genre is rock music, and back in Vietnam I had a band, and we were very successful as a rock band. And then I left Vietnam to join my family in 2017. So I kind of like start again here. So at first it was kind of hard because the different culture. So I have to learn like new culture, and I have to learn I had to like sharpen my English, and learn to make better jokes.
So how has the experience been with the transition from rock in your native land and transitioning to rock here? Do you feel a difference, or is music just music?
I think music is music, cause but one thing is that back in Vietnam I play more for the community, community that speak English, and also my fans like to listen to like English songs better. So my music is not like the mainstream Vietnamese pop music, but it's more the like the Western style of music. So um, yeah.
So you mentioned about writing. Tell me what made you decide to be a writer, or were you a singer before you were a writer? So how did that come about?
So first of all, like when I first started, I didn't really think about writing. But then when I met with these girls at the record store, and they want to form an all-girl band, and play rock music, and so yeah, and then we got a show. Like our first show was like 33,000 audience for a big name, but we play only cover song. And then after that, like they say, like, hey, we have to write music. We can't just play cover song. So
Mhm.
somebody got to write song, and then we all started to write song. We got some help from the brothers, like who like the how do you say, the older rock bands. They help us, like, hey, this is, you take like ideas, you take like how do you, inspiration, you have a reference songs, and you start from there, you get ideas from there, and there you go, just like make a chord progression and then write some melody, make some lyrics, and yeah, that's how it started. And now
Okay.
I write music. It's like I want to create something from nothing. It's very rewarding. It's challenging, but it's also rewarding. You know, yeah.
So do you think that you have developed your signature writing style now? Do you have like a actual process that you go through? Because I ask artists that, and some of them will say something like, well, I start with the beat first, or I write the lyrics first, and some of them be like, well, it just depends. So what process do you go through when you're writing a song?
So mostly I start with my guitar. I write the guitar riff, and then like I develop a chord progression. And usually I do like one chord progression, like four chords, and just like looping it, and then you write melody on it, and then lyrics is the first part, and it's the most challenging part to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, at what age did you get into music?
um, I got into music from elementary school, so I was very lucky. My dad like introduced me to the keyboard lessons, and so I started then. But I was not really into it. But I'm more into guitar, and I used to like envision myself like on a big stage holding guitar and sing, and like people like chanting my name. Yeah, I stand on my bed. Like I have a like a bracket, the badminton bracket. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I just like pretend like it's a guitar. Yeah.
So who is your favorite guitarist?
Um, I think Slash is my favorite
What?
guitarist.
You guys knew you was gonna say that. And I was just gonna say, you cannot say him.
I think he's not really like more into like technique or like fingering technique, but his melody is really sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about your latest project.
My latest
Your latest release.
Uh, my latest release was Back in Time. So it's more like a pop song, and it's about me missing my life back in Vietnam, and sometimes I wish I can just like live that time again, but you know that you can't, because like you already gone too far. But my next release is Dreamer, and I wrote this song when I first came to America, and my dream back then is to become a successful full-time musician. But now I'm living that dream now. I'm very proud to say that. Yeah, and I'm gonna release it in I think 28th of March. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So tell me if, because I know you just mentioned that you did rock and then said that this song was kind of like a pop song. So if you could work in any, create music in any other genre besides pop and rock, what genres would that be?
Funk music.
You like funk? I bet you, look, I bet you called on the guitar. Any collaborations, aspirations, goals, things that you want to do that you haven't done, things that you have done and you have figured out that's not the way and that you need another way. I mean, some
Um,
inspiration that you like to give to another artist that may be coming in your footsteps.
another part of me. So music is like my life. It's like the biggest part of me. But beside that, I'm very spiritual. I'm a Buddhist, and I love to do meditation and yoga. And I take a lot of Buddhism philosophy in my life, and I also want to like sending that message because it helps me. I have depression problem, and sometimes I have paranoia, but meditation helps me, and I'm a very happy person now. Like I'm not depressed anymore, and I think that it would be helpful for the audience, for like people to, if I can like send some message there. And in all my songs, there always some like Buddhism philosophy behind it. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me this, because I like to meditate too. I like to
Oh,
take an
cool.
hour in the morning. And it's hard. You have to like really carve that time out. With you being an artist and knowing how busy artists are, how many different people they have to work with, whether it's their team or they're doing things on their own or whatever, how do you make sure that you have time? I call that for your spiritual cleansing.
To be honest, I don't meditate a lot the last couple weeks, but I think I should put meditation the first priority because I think it's a good investment of time if you can carve out that time every day, then your mind will be sharper and you can be more productive when you need to jump on work. You're gonna like focus more and you get more things done.
Okay. You
Yeah.
mentioned that you previously suffered from depression, that you're in a happy space now. So, how did music help you to get to that space?
Oh, so music is, I think music is a meditation. It's like meditation because like when you're write a song, you're writing, or when you practice a song or you play music or singing, you actually don't think, and you just when it's click, it gives you the joy. Yeah.
So, tell me this. Do you think since you have moved here that your fan base is bigger here or still bigger from your homeland in Vietnam?
It's bigger than in Vietnam, but yeah, but the music business is better here. So yeah.
Tell me how, because I interviewed a artist from another part of the world, and he referenced American music as being like a big influence. So, how big is American music of influence in Vietnam? What is the Vietnam music scene like?
So Vietnam music has its own taste, and but lately because of the internet, so it's got like little like influence from Korean music and from some from Cantonese music, and I think lately it's got a lot of influence from the U.S.
Okay.
But it still has its own like the harmony has its own thing
Okay.
there. Yeah.
So, I'll ask this question. If there's anybody that you could work with, dead or alive, who would that be? And it don't even have to be music. It could be on an imaginary project that you have. It could be on working on a piece of music together. It could be on working on a piece of art together. Anything you want. Who would be somebody that you would be honored to work with, dead or alive?
To work with like an artist.
Anybody you would like. If because like with me, if it was anybody that I could ever work with, because I like art. I would love to have worked with Michael Jackson on some of the, because he was like, to me, is like one of the most artistic artists that wasn't a painter that I know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me think. I think the first one who come up to my mind is Alicia Key. Yeah, I don't know. She's talented. She's a producer. She produced her own songs, and she's a mom, and she's sweet.
Are you a mom?
Yeah, I'm a mom too. Yeah.
So how do you tie being a parent in with being an artist and performing?
Um, my daughter loves music, and yeah, she at first it was hard because I have to spend my all my time with her, but it's also fall in the pandemic, so I just stay home anyways. But now she's more independent, and I got help from my parents, so so I still have time to do things, but not as much if I was single. So yeah. So I kind of like divide like 1/3 of no, not 1/3, like half of my day for working and half of my day for my daughter. Yeah.
Okay. So if you had to go on tour, would you be a parent that would hire a nanny and take your daughter on tour with you? Or would you be one where you had like the great support system at home where somebody could stay at home, she could stay at home and have like the stable environment? Or somebody be like, hey, I'm your mom, I'm your aunt or whatever. I'm just gonna go on a tour bus with you. So what type of support do you think that you would provide to your daughter, provided that you needed to go on a tour?
Um, I keep thinking about this because like one time when she was like a couple months old, someone wanted me to join them to be on tour on Japan in Japan, but I couldn't take it because I don't want to leave. I got like separation anxiety, and I keep thinking about it. Like, what should I do? I really want to go on tour, but it's like a delay now. I also think that if she's old enough so I can take her with me, then how it would like impact her growing up because she needs to have something like other kids do, the standard, the common thing. But I think a year of 4, when she's 4 years old, it will be a good time to like bring her with me because she don't have school, right? And she's old enough to go with me.
Okay.
Then I have to take my husband with me too, because he's
Well, I thank you for coming. I want you to tell everybody your latest single, the single that you have out now, the single that's getting ready to come out, your social media handles, and where they can find all of your music.
Okay. So my last releases was first one Memories, second one is Back in Time, and I'm gonna release the song called Dreamer in I think in the end of this month, and you can find my music at on Spotify. Just look for Lola with an H. So my real name is Ha, and Lola is Ha, laughing out loud, writing backwards. And
Okay.
yeah, and for my handles, just Lola with an H, LOLAH Entertainment. And you can find me like all platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard her. She had 3 songs: Memories, I cannot remember. Back in Time and
Dreamer.
Dreamer. That you can find her on Spotify and all streaming platforms, right?
Yeah, all
All
streaming platforms.
You can find her at Lola with an H Entertainment on all social media platforms. You can find us on all podcasting platforms. You can find us on the video portion on YouTube. Hopefully, something else is coming up soon. And you can find us at www.blonde-intelligence.com. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Brownie, bye.
Bye.